Yeah, I don't know.
What? What?
Uh, it gave me momentary pause because, like, if she did not fully understand sort of the context of we're talking about a show.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
We're streaming, by the way, so
yeah.
watch your mouth.
I can't. My nose is in the way.
What?
Oh no! Wait, I can watch my mouth. I'm watching myself on video at this very moment because we're streaming. Okay, I have a beautiful mouth, two luscious lips, a very nice smile.
You should wait till you're off camera for this.
No. My 5 o'clock shadow just makes me look that much more rugged and delicious.
Yeah?
Most descriptions of me start with the word delicious.
I mean, clearly.
Tell me about Josh. Oh, he's delicious.
Delicious.
Should we clap it in? Woo! What's up, guys? The smoldering pirates are here.
Ow!
On fire tonight!
All right.
It's On Fire Tonight. We're Josh and Tressa. We are here to rock your world. We're talking about the greatest show ever made, What We Do in the Shadows. In this case, it's Season 2, Episode 1, The Resurrection. So, if you haven't seen it yet, stop, watch, and roll. You're back. Great. Now you don't mind. Whatever we say will not be a spoiler.
That's right, Josh. I'm going to scoot over.
Yeah, get a little closer.
No,
Don't
the other
be
way.
shy.
I was
Get
trying
a
to center
little
myself
closer.
because... All right.
That's the jingle for Arid Extra Dry from like 1979, and
Yeah.
it's in my brain forever.
Yeah,
Living
and I
rent-free.
knew exactly what that song was.
Yep.
Not even realizing it was that old.
I mean, approximately.
Yeah, no, you're right. But it will forever exist in our heads.
Do you know how many fucking commercial jingles just got imprinted on me at that young age? I could have learned to play music. I could have learned multiple languages. Who knows what I might have done? But
no.
what I did instead was memorize commercial jingles forever.
That's right. Which I wonder, kids today, do they get the jingle madness that we got? Because they can skip through everything.
Yeah, I think that there was something social about the landscape of commercials up until fairly recently because you had a variety of them. They put a lot of like money and effort into them. And so like, you know, when you have shows now for maybe 20 years at this point, you would have really targeted marketing. So like just the same commercials over and over again playing on the same show. So you just get super sick of them all the time. You'd never be like, oh, great. Like this one's fun and funny. Right? No, because like they went out of their way to like, you know,
make it
to give you
drill
give you
it into your brain. No, they.
Right.
So you would never ever forget it, and you would hate it forever, but you would never ever forget it.
I mean, I think that advertisers are still doing that today, but just because of the way that ads are fed to us, it's not the same fun. Like nobody's like making jokes about the commercials that they see or hear, right?
Right.
Except for, you know, MailChimp when they were the only advertiser for cereal, which became like a huge success.
What?
Did you not listen to the Serial podcast?
No, I have no interest in true crime whatsoever.
Neither do I, and yet that one was so fucking fun to follow because every week it was like, he did it, he didn't do it, he did it, he didn't do it.
That sounds like a nightmare to me.
I don't know. I mean, it was very nicely constructed, like the way that the story was laid out and the characters were.
And they advertise cereal? I mean, no, MailChimp.
Yeah.
I was thinking, okay, yeah, all right.
But just
Lots
because
of Fruity Pebbles commercials and Cocoa Krispies.
Can you believe that they
and
got the real Fred Flintstone and Barney
I
Rubble
didn't-
to do those ads?
I didn't even know they were still alive.
It's
So
amazing. Oh,
it's
no, not now, back then. When they were on the air. When they were at the top of their game.
Yeah, what a get.
Big time. So, we're still here to talk about What We Do in the Shadows, Season 2, Episode 1. If anyone is still listening, please help me. I'm tied up in a basement.
Shut up, Josh.
Tress has been feeding me Fruity Pebbles.
That's right, shut up.
And I'm not complaining. They're delicious.
So delicious. And
This
that's
show is
why.
brought to you by Fruity Pebbles.
You're welcome, Josh.
Let's welcome our number one advertiser, Fruity Pebbles.
Yay!
I don't know how we're going to edit around this. All right. So
I'll
we
figure it
start off. It's like they're back from their little summer break.
out. Right.
Nadia and Laszlo have had a series of familiars, all of whom have died one after another. They went through 7 of them.
People are so fragile. It's like not even worth keeping them around.
Remember
One of them.
Joey? No.
No.
I'm not that familiar.
Oh! One of them fell on a spiked fence. One of them was constricted by a snake and fell down a well, I believe. One of them shot himself in the face while cleaning a gun.
It's great because you have the full, like, Edward Gorey, Gashly
Yes,
Crumbs.
absolutely, yes. One of them died because she lit candles wrong. I don't know. And one of them, Joey, I believe, his intestines came straight out of his bum. Delicious. Just like how I described Josh.
Wow.
What? Delicious.
Wow.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's true. People do often describe me as delicious. That part is accurate.
Nandor, what did he do? Oh, how did he put
became
it?
vapor,
Vapor, that was the word.
and then he got sucked into an air purifier. So it was a real journey of self-discovery for him.
Good for him.
And he, like, when they show him transform back from the purified vapor, he's like, completely all in white. Like his hair is white, his clothes are white.
Yep.
Colin Robinson went to the DMV so much that they actually gave him a license for some reason. So he did what anyone would do. He got a convertible, put the top down, and blocked the Lincoln Tunnel.
Oh, that's so him.
There's a great shot of him just like, yes, I know, I'm ruining my own day too.
Looking at the security camera with a big smile on his face. Delightful. Guillermo's been killing vampires all summer because they all want to kill his friends.
The
They all-
Vampiric Council has been constantly sending vampire assassins
Yeah.
to come get them. And he's been like sleep deprived and living on chocolate covered espresso beans that he spills and Nandor thinks are his dried poo-poos and says you should really drink some water.
So I'm assuming you've had chocolate-covered espresso beans in your life, right?
Yeah.
I had two, and I remember once I was, way back in the day, I was assisting at a salon and had forgotten that they actually give you a lot of caffeine, and I was really tired, so I grabbed a whole big handful and just chewed them all up and ate them, and for the next way too long, I thought I was going to die. It was
Yeah,
great.
I mean, regular espresso that you drink, like, you're eating the whole bean.
Right, right.
And it's covered in chocolate.
Right. I don't know what in that moment I was like, it's candy, it's fine. It probably doesn't have that much caffeine. Wah, wah. So they get a new familiar to replace all the others, and his name is Topher. And
He's proficient in Excel, and he's a graduate of Lehigh University.
Yeah, they don't know what that means, but it sounds good. Topher is, what's his name? Slow Joey.
He's the kid from The Sixth Sense.
Yeah. And I forget his name because he...
Fuck, we should just look it up right now, because we should have it.
We should. But he's been on Comedy Bang Bang a few times, and they just call him Slow Joey. Sixth. There we go. Haley Joel Osment.
Haley Joel Osment plays Topher, and he's amazing. He was amazing as a little kid, and he's great as an adult. He's really talented, really funny. And The Sixth Sense is a great movie. If you haven't seen it, go out and see it.
You know what happens in that movie? It turns out, actually, Bruce Willis is dead.
By the way, I'm still very proud of the fact that I knew that like 5 minutes into the movie. That movie came out over 20 years ago, and I'm still proud of it.
I am such a sucker for anything with a twist because I will fall for it every goddamn fucking time.
Oh, spoiler alert. If you haven't seen that movie, it's over 20 years old.
Yeah, so go fuck yourself.
However, having said that, twist ending aside, I think that it is one of the scariest movies made in modern times.
Scariest time?
Yeah, absolutely. That movie stuck with me. It like I genuinely like jumped at parts, and like there are aspects of it that haunted me and stuck with me.
That's pretty neat.
You want to know what gave away for me?
Yeah, tell me.
Okay, so the very opening scene, Donnie Wahlberg from New Kids on the Block
Yep.
shoots Bruce Willis, and the dip to black is extremely long.
Off-screen death.
But it was a very long dip to black.
And you're
I was like, that's not nothing.
And you were correct.
I was correct. My girlfriend at the time, I was like, I think Bruce Willis is
You
dead.
asshole.
And she was like, you motherfucker. And like years later, I was like, I feel badly about this. I should really apologize. And she's like, honestly, I think I was just really impressed.
That's fair.
And I was so proud. So anyway, let's just talk about how proud I am of no.
Yeah. What did you think about Old and that crazy twist?
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, why would you? It was terrible.
That's the one on the beach? Yeah, I haven't seen that one.
I'm shocked. What about what about The Happening? Whoa, that was wild.
Is that the one with the plants coming after Marky Mark?
Yeah.
He really works with the whole Wahlberg family.
Yeah.
I wonder if he owns shares in Wahlburgers. A show I've never seen.
Neither have I, but he absolutely does.
If he doesn't, he should at least get burgers there.
Thank you.
Or they should hook him up because like he's really done right by that family.
Yeah, for sure. But
Did you know that he wrote She's All That?
I did not. Did you know that he wrote Stuart Little?
I think I did know that.
Yeah.
The guy gets around.
Actually, I did know that, but it was in the back of my brain.
We're talking about the twist-ending filmmaker M. Night Shyamalan.
I'm such a sucker for his terrible movies, and I know they're not that great, but I still love them.
Oh, I stand by Sixth Sense. I think it's amazing.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But that was the peak he's the peak.
I haven't seen all of his movies, so.
I haven't either, but even the terrible ones that everyone hates, I enjoy them.
Right on. Well, anyway, Haley Joel Osment was an absolute shining light in that, and now we have him in this episode as Topher.
That's right.
And he treats being a familiar more like being a Wall Street intern or something.
Yeah.
He's like a hustler type dude, bro.
faking the work and making someone else do it.
Completely, and he's always on like a Bluetooth call.
Yeah, he's a 0.5% share owner in Doe's Apples, a cider company.
It's a hard cider that's made with cider flavor.
Apple
It's
flavor.
with real apple flavor. We have to say that by law. That's part of his side hustle.
That's right.
So Nandor comes in. He's dragged his cape through a street doo-doo for blocks and blocks. And then
Before he
noticed it.
notices, yeah.
And then he drags it for more blocks, he's embarrassed to say, because he thought, drag it off.
Right. Fair assumption. So Guillermo's got some work to do. Topher doesn't really want to be a vampire. He
Maybe
doesn't know
a
what he wants to be.
warlock.
I mean, how great is a warlock?
Right? Like, that's like higher than vampire, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got to be. But we also learned that he used to intern for this really cool werewolf.
Yeah, this really dope werewolf. I'm not friends with any werewolves, so I definitely don't know him, and they're not dope.
Yes, thank you, Guillermo.
Guillermo hates him.
Oh, good, yes.
He
does.
seethes with hatred.
Oh, but also Colin can't drain his energy because he's so interested in everything Colin has to say.
And, like, he has that weird Wall Street dude bro energy that can't be stopped.
Yeah.
Like, he is excited to give Colin Robinson this ridiculous coupon for Doe's Apples hard cider, but you have to go. So here's the thing: you go to the store and you pay with real money, but then like Colin's eyes light up. So I can present this coupon and I can explain how it works. Oh, you'll have to
a few
probably
times.
multiple times. And
It's basically the equivalent to Camel Cash, but for Doe's Apples.
yes, it's Camel Cash, but like perhaps you can't ever use it for anything ever.
Yeah.
And somebody comes to the door, and Topher gets up, and he's like, "Hey, I'm sorry. I know that you're trying to drain me, but like, I find everything that you say so fascinating." And he can't be drained. He casually invites in two vampire assassins.
He was in the middle of a conversation. He didn't have time to actually figure it out.
Yeah.
And Guillermo's like, you can't just let people in. They've got this whole thing going. They're out in the garden, and they're talking, the two of them, and Topher's like wandering around doing shit, and Guillermo's don't go near don't go near the koi pine right now. There's something going on with the electricity. We're gonna have someone look at it. But it's Topher, and he's a go-getter, so he goes and electrocutes himself because
he can't hear what's being said to him because he's already in action.
Yeah.
He electrocutes himself. He's dead.
Colin gives his eulogy, kind of.
But Nadia is too moved at their funeral. She can't let Topher go just like the rest of all those familiars that died.
He was so much better.
So she has Guillermo dig him back up to bring to Wallace's hut. And Wallace is a necromancer.
That's right. His hut is a glorified gift shop of some kind.
Well, on the way there, Colin Robinson spots there's a community production of Our Town with a Q&A. Yes, please.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
So Wallace appears and he's like, "You seek the necromancer? I am they." So that's great. Wallace is non-binary.
Wallace is great. He's also Wong in the Doctor Strange movies, the Marvel movies.
Yeah, and so he does like a very thick British accent in this.
Yeah. Is he British?
I don't know. He does a good job of it.
He does
a good job of that, or the other Wong voice.
You could tell exactly where he lands in society if he were living in England just by his accent.
He's basically doing, is it Clive Owen? Is that the guy from Children of Men? He sounds like Clive Owen's character in Children of Men to me.
Okay.
Because I'm an expert at British accents.
You love them so much.
I adore them. There's nothing cuter than a British accent. What a
So
panty
nice.
dropper.
Oh, there it goes.
So yeah, Wallace's hut is just filled with trinkets. They have keychains that look like license plates.
With names on them.
With names on them. All,
words.
mixed in with like voodoo stuff and witch stuff.
Crystals, I guess, maybe. So he gets to work because Nandor has Guillermo bring in the carcass. So he does.
Yeah, he drags in Topher and his beloved mini fridge.
Yeah. And
The price for reanimating him is like a whole bunch of witch stuff plus $350 cash, and I can't stress enough how important $350 cash is. It will not work without it.
absolutely. That makes perfect sense. So he starts doing this incantation spell thing, and they're like, is he scatting right
He
now?
clearly is scatting. Like the ceremony is like 75% shoobity boop bop 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 bop.
He didn't sound very English when he was doing that either.
It's great. He's not terribly good or bad at scatting. It's just a joy
Right.
to watch him do it.
Yeah. Can you be good or bad at scatting? It's just scatting, right?
I mean, I don't know. It's like there's Frank Sinatra. Like no one's gonna say Frank Sinatra's bad at scatting, unless you're like, man, I'm really sick of hearing this scatting.
I mean, as a general rule, I am immediately, but
So during the ceremony, Topher starts glowing and levitating. Wallace gets like a text or something on his phone that he responds to mid-ceremony.
it's delightful. But it works, I guess. You just have to find out the next day.
Right. If you want him reanimated a day earlier, that's $100 extra.
I didn't catch that. Okay.
Yeah, no thanks. We're not going to be shaken down for more. And so there's this great quick shot of Nadia and Laszlo, and Laszlo's like, I told you so. And she's like, no, you didn't.
It switched, but yes.
Oh, wait. She's like, I told you so?
Because he thought it was all bullshit.
Oh, right. I'm so sorry. I'm a fucking idiot.
It was great because they weren't even trying to hide their things with their coughs. They would just cough and then say it. I told you so. No, you didn't. But he's back. Topher's back, Josh.
Yeah, they have a house meeting, and Topher is crawling around on the ceiling, and he's just able to hiss his own name. That's
Yeah.
it.
But for some reason, the house smells like dead things, and
Yeah,
there
it
are
reeks of
dead
rotting
animals.
flesh. There's dead animals everywhere.
Yeah, he might be a zombie.
Yeah, that's so Nandor is like, hey, Guillermo, watch out for all that dead stuff and whatever it is that smells. See if you can work on that. And he's like, actually, I have a point of order as well. And they're like, oh, well, la-di-da. And he informs them all that Topher, he thinks, is a zombie. He eats birds and insects and waits under Guillermo's bed to bite him.
Yeah, but they think that's stupid.
And they're like, that's ridiculous. And Nadia's like, what are you going to do about the muck coming out of his mouth?
Yeah.
So, yeah, Guillermo naturally feels underappreciated.
He runs off and he's like, fine, whatever. And he's like chomping on espresso beans.
And they,
And Nandor's like, did you see that? He's just eating his own poops.
so he's constantly surveying the perimeter, and Topher comes at him, and he stakes him in self-defense.
Yeah.
And Topher wants a high five
Oh,
because he's a dude,
Topher.
bro.
Okay,
Whether he's dead
Topher.
or undead or alive or unalive.
But that results in him losing his arm.
Yeah, it just knocks it right off.
Yeah. He keeps trying, though.
Colin Robinson walks in on the scene and is like, I'm off to Albany to see a community production of Pippin. What's up with Toph Dog? And Guillermo's like, he's a zombie. To which Colin Robinson says, could be.
Anyway, see you later, you crazy kids. But he's unkillable because he's a zombie, so he still keeps chasing Guillermo everywhere.
He tries to drown him in the koi pond.
Yeah, for a little bit. And then Nandor grabs Topher and snaps his neck. Because, Jesus Christ, shut up. You guys are too loud.
And kills him. Briefly.
He's
not actually killable.
Nope.
He falls in the pond, but still doesn't die. Nandor says, give him a few volts. And so, like, Guillermo goes over to the what do you call that
box.
thing? The power box, right. Turns the giant switch.
Right. He's still not dead, though.
Yeah, so they return Zombie Topher to Wallace. And Colin Robinson, in a rare moment of just plain talk, is like, not cool.
Yeah.
Wallace summons him. He's a powerful necromancer.
He is.
And they're all impressed by that. Like, you know, I mean, we sometimes see Nadia do magical things, but they're still quite impressed by Wallace's power.
Sure. He calms him down.
He's like, I have a no refund policy, but you may each take a license plate keychain of your choice.
What, for free?
Free gratis.
Oh, so they all grab license plate keychains, and it's very exciting.
Nandor gets one that says Steve. So Steve, if you're out there.
Guillermo gets one that says Gigi.
There's none that say Colin, but there is one very popular that says condom. Nadia gets the less impressive, spelled with an I version of her name.
The less fancy J, as she says. And I was about to turn it off because it was over. But there's a post-credit scene.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Well, there's two things. So Guillermo feels reassured after having been saved, but just in case, there are some steaks, and I don't mean the kind you eat, in the mini fridge.
That is correct.
And
right next to the Yoo-hoo.
So the post-credit scene in Wallace's workshop.
He's just got a sweatshop of zombies making tiny license plate keychains.
Tiny license plate keychains is amazing. They're zombie slaves, and
it's his biggest seller. He needs someone to make them.
Topher is now able to say "doze apples."
And that's yeah.
That's his interrogative, like "doze apples." Like, he's still very concerned about his side hustle.
And the last thing he says before it cuts back to the credits is condom.
A fucking great episode.
It was a great episode.
Unfortunately, guys, that's all the time we have for this episode.
We've been the Smoldering Pirates.
We burned the house to the ground.
It's
and we
the next
danced
day.
in the fucking ashes.
God damn, are you saying the fire's no longer burning and it's the next morning and it's
no,
now
you
smoldering?
motherfucker, the fire never dies. I am delicious.
Just like intestines coming out of your bum.
Oh.
What? What? Is that weird?
Tressa, we have had this conversation before.
I don't know what you're talking about. Wait, have we?
Oh, you quip.
Guys,
what a time to be alive. Thanks for joining us. We're on fire tonight with Josh and Tressa. It's been an immense honor to entertain you. Come back for more.
Let's